Good morning, Reed here, back at Orchestra Farm. It's fun to do on this frosty day and go out probably the rest of the year. Ooh, there's a heron in the distance. I don't know if you can see that at all, but anyway. I'll walk about here, even with it going fallow. I think it's going to be interesting to see what it looks like to have a place that's fallow, but still has some levels of activity, especially with the berries going on. And this morning, I'm making a bunch of different changes in my life. My last video at Rhizome Springs is one of those changes that's happening. I've got a design and consulting and a bit of team leading happening over there. And this is just so beautiful, the frost, huh? Look at that. And in my other work life over the weekend, I sent out some emails updating a majority of my clients. Basically, every year as I've been working, I get referred to a lot of other people, and every time that happens, I raise my rates. And people keep saying yes. And this past year, I raised my rates again as those people contacted me, and all of them were like, this is a very reasonable rate. Mind you, it's the most I've been charging for my services. And with this, the people who over the years have referred me, I've given them, I wouldn't call it a discount, but I wouldn't necessarily raise my rate for them. Let's look at this frost. And so, as I was going over my numbers and such at the end and beginning of last year, beginning of this year, I noticed I can't keep doing that. I actually, between the, lessening of the value of our money, I don't really like to call that inflation, I call it the depreciation of our money, and having 5 mouths to feed, along with becoming more financially literate, largely to the help of a fellow named Ramit Sethi in his program, I Will Teach You to Be Rich. And you get to define rich. So if you're thinking like, oh, dude's just trying to, become a millionaire, that is not the case. And oh, look at this, we got some little garlic. Those little garlics next to a little apple. But there is a thing of, how am I planning for my future? And, realizing that because of my own personal life choices, I have not been setting myself up. Minus things like, hey, look at this pecan tree here, right? In the future, that'll produce pecans. And I don't know about you, but I love pecans. And I got those hazelnut trees that are there. A lot of my thinking about the future was in the realm of like having plants that are productive. And now I'm thinking I should probably also have some money set aside and invest that wisely. So I'm looking at all those things, and I'm, if you do want some interesting information, Ramit has this thing called a conscious spending plan. And I actually found it really helpful to be able to look at that and realize, like, okay, what do I need to make to support my life and my lifestyle and all these things? And what do those numbers look like, both right now, and what do they need to look like? And since I have all these new clients who are saying that my prices are very reasonable, this notion that it's actually time for me, after almost 10 years, to just have all my clients actually at the same level of compensation for my work. And so I sent out a message over the weekend stating that, and the varying different aspects of the business that are changing, because this past year I didn't have insurance, and it probably could have been helpful when my weed whacker broke a glass door. And so I'm upgrading in that regard, and trying to be as prepared for the future as possible. So I'm in the moment of just waiting to hear back from everybody and to see, will I have enough time to actually take care of all my current clients, and do I need to change anything more with my business? And so it's a bit of a waiting game right now, while I'm also acknowledging, like, my new job up at Rhizome Springs is much more of what I want to be doing as far as my work with the earth goes. And I should probably be making an advertisement to put myself out there in that regard more, rather than having clients where I'm basically just doing some yard care for them. And so looking at all those different juxtapositions and realities of, like, okay, one thing at a time, but keep moving forward in all the different realms and line up more of what I want to be doing. To which I had a fun evening on Sunday, getting out of my, what I might call, comfort zone, musically speaking, and that was playing with a friend who plays guitar. You may say, Reed, what's the deal with that? And I'm like, I generally speaking don't play with guitarists, and that's my own personal thing. I think we should all have our unique eccentricities about what we do and don't want to be working with, playing with. But I thought this was an interesting opportunity to, expand my comfort zone and go beyond. The humorful thing being that the electricity cut out after we were just kind of warming up a bit. And so I didn't really get to have the experience in the way that I was hoping to, or to see, would it give me more of the result that I'm looking for with that. But I think what I'm going to do is just try to schedule another moment to do that. And in the same thread, I'm looking forward to getting together this Wednesday and finally getting back to my music lab night with several fellows that I'm playing with. And that should be fun. Be more things happening with that. There should be a on the ground. With that, I want to say thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Appreciate everybody who's been commenting on the different posts, videos and such. Have too much fun.